today.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The TFNN Bull Bear Trading Hour. Every trading day, live at 10 a.m. Eastern. Call now, toll free at 877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The TFNN Bull Bear Trading Hour. Now, Tom and Tommy O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. Appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. We have the Dow Industrials right now up 173. Down 173. NASDAQ up 64. S&P's down 6. Gold contract up $9, trading at $17.30 an ounce. Silver up 28 cents, $18.08 a ounce. Light sweet crude off 78 cents, $38.16 a barrel. Notes and bonds. You get the 10-year right now up 11 ticks, trading 138.02. 30-year up 24 ticks at 175.02. And King Dollar. King Dollar down 120 ticks, 96.202. Euros at 113. Yen is out here at 107.34, and the British pound is at 127 to 1 U.S. dollar. Tom O'Brien, Apple a day keeps the doctor away.
And an Amazon a day and a Tesla a day, I think. Why not?
And no doubt. And Microsoft, okay?
and Microsoft,
Facebook,
everything.
okay? And Tesla's over $1,000, folks. The run is just extraordinary. Pretty amazing.
It is.
Let's go over to our man, Mr. Kevin Hinks at TD Ameritrade, as we do every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And, folks, if you want to understand the option market, option strategies, futures, great program every trading day, 11 to 12 Eastern Standard Time. You know, as we joke and go buy these stocks, whether it's Apple, whether it's Microsoft, whether it's Google, whether it's Amazon, whether it's Tesla, the bottom line is that, you know, if you're in the option market, instead of putting up $1,000 for Tesla, guess what? They do have puts and calls and
right.
strategies. Kevin Hinks, what's going on?
Good morning, Tom. Good morning, Tommy. You know, I think that what you're seeing is the NASDAQ that, you know, we had been talking about it for about a week, 7 to 10 days, about how people were rotating out of NASDAQ into the other. Well, this is just the flip of that. This market is now gotten back on the saddle of Secretariat, and off we go.
I'll tell you.
And that's what this NASDAQ is.
It is. And you know, it's powerful, man. It's like you're talking about, you know, I guess percentage-wise, Kevin and Tom, we're talking the same percentage, but now we're dealing with much larger numbers. When they're opening up at 1,000, when they're opening up at 2,600, right? It's like, wow, man. You know.
And what's really amazed me is how easily they've moved through new highs.
Yes.
I mean, Microsoft just made new highs today without even a hesitation.
I know.
Amazon, Tesla, these names are flying higher through all-time highs with no hesitation in their trade.
And
it's
just say you can wrap your head around this for a second, folks. Microsoft has 7.5 billion shares outstanding. So the bottom line, to move a stock $3.60 with that many shares, that is some intense buying. I mean, you know, people just aren't selling. Whoever's holding it, I mean, bidding that stock up. So it's like, wow, man. You know, seriously.
Yeah, I mean, but for it to break through, though, to all-time highs like it just did is, wow, that's incredible to watch.
It is. It is. And now, of course.
I was going to say, ahead of Fed Day, right, with all the action looming.
Right.
Ahead of Fed Day.
Well, I'll tell you what. I think today's CPI number and the deflationary pressures that are around this economy have given the Fed a green light into the near future to keep rates low and maintain them low. And he's not going to deviate from any of the game plan right now. So I think it's all systems go from the Fed, and I'd be shocked if he wavered at all, which I don't think he will.
No, I agree. And the thing that I guess, yeah, I'd say it's a little bit different, meaning that most times, folks, okay, you're always, you know, not worried about the Fed, but you're thinking what the Fed is going to do in 3 months or 4 months. The bottom line is that I can't see, I mean, they're saying they're not going to do anything for a year. Well, I can understand that, right? I mean, right. You know, so that is a whole different ballgame. It's them not just not doing anything, it's them still feeding money into the marketplace. And, that's inexpensive money.
The 10-year yield. Yeah, and the 10-year yield, Tom, it was starting to creep higher.
It was.
Right? It was getting close to 1% and now back below 0.8. So,
yeah. Now,
like I said, there's all the pressure, all the gravity that seemed to be weighing on bonds is gone. When you saw that year-over-year number, less food and energy, up 0.1, that tells you all you need to know about inflation. There is none.
Yes, no, there's no doubt. If we talk about Amazon just for a second, it's amazing,
yeah, sure.
The aspect. So we're trading at 26.62, and what is pretty wild here is that you don't see too many equities, folks, that reach up to these numbers. And then if you're in the option market, Kevin, it's pretty wild because like at the money right now. So picture this. Then we just do the math on this. So at the money, you can get it's at $55 at the money on the offer. At a strike price of $26.60. So that in itself is very inexpensive compared to buying the shares.
Right.
But there's very few times, folks, that you actually see options that are $54 for one option, right?
Right, exactly. And, the new world that we live in, they don't split stocks anymore, really.
Yes.
I mean, you just don't hear about stock splits anymore. And that, $2,662 for 100 shares of Amazon, I mean, if you look at how much that costs, that's $266,000
yes,
to buy 100 shares. So that prices most people out. Even if you do want to buy that stock, it prices most people out.
Sure.
But you can play options, right? And if you do a $10 spread in Amazon, it'll give you exposure to Amazon for a reasonable amount of money.
Right.
A fraction, a small fraction of what it costs to buy 100 shares, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, we were talking about this yesterday, and then what you have is that compared to whether it's 10 or 15 years ago, the liquidity is much better too. So, you're sure. Talking about, folks, and liquidity is just how easy you can get in and out. It doesn't mean you're going to make or lose money, but when you can get in equities very easy and very out in the equity market and or the option market, that's really important to understand, because...
For as little slippage as possible,
yes,
right, on that bid-ask. And that's important. And here, there's a tool on the Thinkorswim platform under today's option statistics, and it gives you the percentage of the trade, guys. Like I'm looking at Amazon.
Yeah,
65% of the calls and 73% of the puts trade in between the bid-ask, not on the bid-ask. So you don't have to buy the offer and sell the bid to trade Amazon. Almost 2/3 of the calls and almost 3/4 of the puts trade in between those markets. So price discovery is vital when you're trading these options. Don't go right to the bid, right to the ask. Go mid-market and see what the liquidity gives you. Use price discovery.
What a tool that is. And folks, it's real easy to get the platform. You're sitting on the website. Hit the Thinkorswim banner, bring it up to allow you to trade with paper money. You can follow Kevin and his team, and the tools that are on there are absolutely phenomenal. That tool, Kevin, is really freaking cool. No
One
doubt.
of my favorites.
Listen, you have a great day, safe day. We look forward to the program in 45 minutes.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kevin.
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. We have the Dow down 260. NASDAQ is up 43. S&Ps are up 16. Tommy and I come right back.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. list. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's down 282. You get the NASDAQ up 42. S&Ps are up 17. You know, Tom, the volatility, as you were saying, is so incredible. Some of these airlines, folks, they're trading like they're penny stocks, meaning, United, if we go back to United, just 5 days ago, you had a low of $34. 3 days ago, you had a high of 48. And now we're at 39. It's like, are you going to be kidding me, man?
Remarkable, man.
And then forget the ones that are going bankrupt. CHES, Chesapeake Energy. If you want to see something that is like really sad, and I suspect a lot of these folks did basically, lose quite a bit of money. This equity 5 days ago was trading at $12.50. 3 days ago it was at $77. It's at $16 today. And the stock's not worth a penny because they're going bankrupt. And then when you bring this back, this already did, I think it was a 2,000 for one stock split, reverse stock split. Yeah, so 2008. Now, this equity here, folks, these are the folks that really got the shale business going in a monster way. So 13,998 was the high in 2008. And the high of 2014, 59.84. Then I'll go to, let's see, July. Oh, let's just do 2 years ago. 2 years ago, it would have been 11.20. I mean, it's pretty amazing, man.
Yeah, I mean, that would be like an $11.50 stock 2 years ago trading to 16 cents.
Yes.
And that's really more like what happened, right? So it is like pennies, even though it's at $16. Right. Anybody can boost their stock price by doing a reverse split, man.
Totally.
Yeah.
Now we got crude, right?
We do.
Let me-
Hey, before I jump to crude, I just had up to extend where you had. How about AMC? You talk about volatility, right? They're going to open back up. I was reading the story. Hopefully in July 17th.
Okay.
Is one movie they want to get out. July 24th is a Disney movie, Mulan. They want to get out as well, so they want to be ready for that. They're going to open with some social distancing. But we talked about it yesterday, man. And the stock opened at 735. And now you're back at 650. You're still up 9%, but you just lost 85 cents in a stock that was trading at 735. So that's more than a 10% drop from where, I mean, look at that drop off the open, right?
Crazy.
Just to speak to the crazy moves, man. This one in particular, you're back to pre-COVID. I have basically my chart right here. It's all the COVID, right? It's from early February, basically February 13th. A complete recovery for AMC. Nonetheless, pretty cool.
It's amazing.
Okay, so I see you got the whisper number out there looking for crude. What are they looking at?
The survey number is a reduction of 1.8 million barrels. The whisper number is for a build of 25,000 barrels.
Okay, and I think API might have been a little bit of a miss. I mean, Dave White was in there talking about that a little yesterday, so maybe that's what's playing into that whisper number being a little bit separated. So they're basically, the whisper number's calling for flat. With the survey number looking for a decrease of 1.8 million barrels. So I have the chart of July crude up here. We had climbed above $40 briefly like Sunday night, early Monday morning. We're sitting at about 38.02. Right away, just for what's nice is they line up basically at 38. The big dailies to give yourself $5 of action in this environment for crude, man, having $5 of action. We used to talk about these a lot, right? And would say, there's no way that you'd probably get $5. But in this environment, you might get $5 of action in crude by 2:30. So the bullish side costing you about $43 or 43 cents a movement until 2:30, and I imagine the bearish side is going to be identical since you're right basically there. What are we doing here? Oh no, excuse me, that was the wrong one. There's your bearish one costing you 43. So you're looking at basically $80 or 80 cents a movement you would need away from that $38. That seems fair when you're talking about action until 2:30 on an inventory number with $5 of potential profit on either side.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, yesterday wasn't a big day, but when you go back to Thursday and Friday of last week, the oil market moved $2.50 each day. You know,
and it seems like it would be crazy, just like with the market. If anybody says, like, we're out of the woodwork, volatility is over, you know, I'm brushing off my hand. You know, it was a tough couple of months, but we made it, guys. It's over, you know?
Yeah.
I don't imagine that's going to happen in the market, and I don't imagine that's going to happen in oil either, because they got to be correlated to some degree. We have, you know, but Starbucks today, did you see the story for them? They came out and says they lost $3 billion in the quarter.
Yeah.
And their stock's trading lower. Now, Starbucks, they're going to be fine in the long run. They're a brand like none other. They're down $3.78 or 4.6%. But look at their rebound, right? We're almost back up there. They got hit earliest because they have such a presence in China that they traded down ahead of some of the others. But interesting there.
So what do you think about the whisper number? What are we going to do here?
Okay, perfect. Yeah, shame on me. We got to put a number. You know what? I gotta say it's tough for me to see $50 oil versus $30 oil. So maybe we have more oil in the coffer. Let's do a build of 2,400.
There we go. Okay.
Perfect.
Good. There's no doubt. You know, to get back to that Starbucks deal again for a second, and what happens, folks, is this. You probably read about it. It's Lickin' Coffee. I think Lucky Coffee.
Okay.
So that Lucky Coffee. That was it Luckin, I think. Luck. Yeah, there it is, right there. Yeah, Luckin Coffee. So check this out. This is the competitor in China. And this thing ends up being a monster fraud. Yeah, so here, where do you see this chart? I'll put this
Watch out for those Chinese ADRs.
That's so this stock just went from $51. What's that? Yeah, that's January.
That's the start of this year. Yep.
Yeah, $51. Hit a low of $1.33. You're trading $3.85. Now, two different things end up happening with something like this. If you in China, you wouldn't believe how many of these there are. Like there's just hundreds of them everywhere you look. But what happens for Starbucks, when you're competing against something that's already a fraud, it's actually a problem, because
Sure, yeah.
what has happened is that they send all these coupons out. So they're so inexpensive that was the competition for Starbucks. Now what ends up happening is that because they are BK, until that gets sorted out, that's still competition, because, the bottom line is that they're going to write everything down. They still going to be alive, so it's pretty intriguing, man.
What'll happen there, I imagine, and I hadn't even heard of that, but would they have to figure out how to compete with Starbucks while not being a fraud, though, right? That's the other part of that, is that they were only able to stick around when they could somehow fix the books, I'm sure, right? Sell it at a cheaper deal, earnings-wise.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
how are you going to exist if you got to raise your prices to a level where you're just not spewing money and fixing the books? But that's a statement, man. Anytime you're buying any kind of stock, it can be as big as you want, man. We have, MCI WorldCom type collapses in the U.S. when we have super heavy regulation. You don't have that regulation in China. So even when you see somebody like Alibaba and all that, and things get different when you get to that degree, when you're listed on the NYSE or how it goes. But when you're dealing with ADRs, man, there should be a level of risk that's like, hey, I got to be careful here because the regulations aren't as stringent, and just be aware.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Dow down 260, NASDAQ is up 35, S&Ps are up 14.5. Tommy, I come right back.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get them, folks.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartleys, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. This is a big number, man. I see. Hold it. No, it's gasoline.
No, you had it right.
Yeah, let me see.
Crude rose 5.7 million barrels, man.
Yeah.
That's what you're gonna. You had it right. That's how
Holy cow!
Exactly. You know what's even crazier?
What?
The price of oil is spiking higher, up about 12 cents to 38.12 right now on the news that there's maybe 7 million more barrels in the market, but there's a lot in that market that they break down. You see the news hitting it. There's much more than just that headline number, but somehow that putting actually a little bit of a bid in the price of crude, up about 14 pennies on that big build.
I got to find, okay, so how do we find this again? Because you should be close to winning this one.
We had a build of 2,400.
So past events I got to look at. Right? 1 second. How do we do this?
Go into Whisper. Yep.
Yeah. And then
just click that past events tab up top right.
Yeah.
Are you left clicking it? I don't know why.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. All right, we'll pull it up maybe at the break.
Yeah, let me just try it one more time. Okay, so upcoming events, next entry, past events.
No, it should go right to that screen. Something's happening when you're clicking on that tab.
Okay. All right.
We'll get it up.
Until the break, yes.
They'll email you.
Yeah, that's right. The same thing pops up. Hasn't popped up yet.
How about the S&Ps haven't popped up yet either, man. We're down at 3187 right now. What's interesting, if you look at that, this is kind of the level that we've been flirting with. You could call it all week, right? There's your extension from where we were on Friday. Yeah. You opened Sunday night. We were down there early Monday morning pre-market. You were down there early Tuesday morning pre-market. You were down there at the open yesterday at 10 in the morning of 3190, and we just dipped below there to make a low in the futures 3183. That's actually right where we were pre-market on Monday, and basically right where we were, interesting, as the futures closed out Friday.
And, this is some heavy divergence, because you got to remember something, that, Apple is in it is in every indice. And Amazon probably is too. Yeah, so both, Amazon was up, $66. Now it's up $50.
Yeah. And as far as the fundamental take, man, I would agree with that take. When the market was at its worst, right? Safety to me as a long-term investor, if you look at it, was an Amazon, an Apple, a Microsoft. Right. Not exactly a Tesla. Right. But because guess what? Technology ain't going anywhere, and Apple has $120 billion in cash, so they're not going anywhere either. And the U.S. economy isn't going anywhere once this is resolved, what we're dealing with. So fundamentally, that makes sense, man. It's just remarkable that it's extended to this level, I think.
There's no doubt. Yeah. And if we go inside that NDX and just look at the strength out here today, Tesla's the number one. That's up 6.5%. You get Zoom up 5.5%. NVIDIA's up 4%. And you got Seattle Genetics are up 4%. Taken away from it, get the dogs out here. Yeah. United's down 11.5%. Expedia 4.5%. Marriott 4.5%.
Looks like nobody's going to jump on Expedia to order their flight on United to stay at a Marriott today.
I'm telling you, man. It's just when you look at these airlines, and this is where folks, the volatility's there, but $10 for a major company to go down or up in 2 days is a brave new world inside the marketplace, folks.
It sure is, man.
There's no doubt.
Losing 20% of your market cap overnight, right? Even a company like Amazon, man. Amazon's added, I think, $300 to their share price. If you just back it up to even like where we were on, what is the date? May 27th. We've added $360 in their share price, man.
Yes, look at that.
Remarkable.
And forget going back to...
And how many shares, description do they have outstanding to add $330 to everyone?
498 million.
Yeah, so 500 million, and we just added 170 billion in market cap we just added since May 27th?
And then we bring up what I'm doing right now, folks, is I'm bringing up the ownership inside of Amazon. We haven't done this for a while. And let's see.
Wait for it. There he is.
There he is, right there. And then
there's McKenzie right there as well.
You got Bezos, 55 million shares, 11.11%. Then McKenzie Bezos, about 19 million.
Yeah. Now, here's a ridiculous... he sold some shares, too. Remember, some of this been just in terms of a selling plan, I think.
Yeah.
Now, what's remarkable is, so he was originally listed before their divorce, and before selling any, at about 80 million shares.
Okay.
Because I remember the conversation with the fact that, if you had a company that you owned 80 million shares of, and that company traded at $1, you're worth $80 million, right? And we have Jeff Bezos, who owns 80 million shares of a company that's now trading at $26.57. Now, he's pared it down to $55 million because of his divorce and because of some selling already. But if he had still been at 80 million, I think it's 212 billion his number comes in at. I mean, 55 is high enough, the staggering, but just crazy numbers. What did I send you? I sent you a joke a couple weeks ago. We're going to have to update the joke. And it was that Jeff Bezos... What was it? Every day since Jesus Christ was born in the year 0, he's made $180,000 every single day for the last 2,000 years. Every day, not every year, every day he's made $180,000. He hasn't, but that would be the equivalent of somebody with 120, 30, 40 billion, something like that. It was just like the numbers just become mind-boggling at that level.
No doubt. Let's go inside the Dow. So the Dow gave up a couple points yesterday. Out here today, you got culprit's going to be Boeing. Yeah, there he is. So Boeing's down $16. That's trading like a penny stock too.
I was going to say, you talk about stocks that are trading just out of whack.
Yeah. So the big culprit out here today is Boeing, minus 114. United 26 minus. American Express 22, putting juice into the Dow, even though it's down. Apple's putting 41 positive points. You got Microsoft putting 27. If we go over and we take a look at Boeing here, it's not quite as bad as United, but we just came down from 234 to, it just came down 15% in 2 days. But
exactly right on a just massive, man.
Wow. Something else, man.
It is.
There's no doubt about it. And, we'll see where this is going to get shooken out as the day goes through, folks. What we had out here yesterday is that the NASDAQ just kept clawing higher, kept dragging the S&Ps up. We had the S&Ps, they were down like 18 a little bit earlier. Bottom line, now they're only down 11.
Hey, how about as we come into this break here, but I have a chart of the VIX up here. Pretty interesting action. If I just showed you a chart of the VIX, right, and this is going back to Friday, we were at about 2354, just a 5-day chart looking at 15 minutes, and I showed you the acceleration we had upwards, you would not tell me probably that we're sitting at 3,200 in the S&Ps, right?
That's for sure.
From 23 to 28, and the market has had a little volatility, but we're sitting at 7 points within 3,200, and check where we were on Friday in the S&Ps. We have not seen a collapse, but the VIX may be pointing to something, man.
Seriously. Stay right there, Tommy, and I come right back, folks.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Directions Daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's down 189. NASDAQ is up 53. S&Ps are off 9. Let's go to our man, Mr. Teddy Cakes, as we do each and every Wednesday at 40 past the hour. You can reach Teddy every trading day, folks, at Forex-trading-unlock.com. That's Forex-trading-unlock.com. Teddy Cakes, what's going on?
Oh, we got some interesting things to talk about. It's a Fed day, right?
Yeah, it's a Fed day, and you get these currencies. They've been moving, man. They've been moving.
Oh, they have. Exactly. The dollar bear has been raging for the past 2 weeks now, right?
Yes.
So,
where are we going to start?
All right, well, you want to start with the yen, which you like, or do you want to start with more of a theory on what's going to happen?
Whatever you want to go, man.
Okay, well, why don't we start? Remember we were mentioning about the rotation with the metals markets and how gold has been going sideways. You're a gold guy. Over the past couple of days, you've seen a little bounce in gold and especially silver that's come off of its low that it made on Monday. Okay, but we had remember last week when I was on the show, I told you how I had that sell signal in silver, which it broke from Tuesday into Monday.
Yes.
So if you look at silver, remember how we were talking about how gold's been consolidating and the interest rates have been consolidating? Well, silver is setting up a head and shoulders pattern, especially with today's upward movement. If it doesn't take out the high that was set basically a week and a half ago, and if it takes out the low from Monday, then we have a head and shoulders confirmation in the silver market. Okay, so that's obviously a basic technical sell pattern for the silver market. So if that happens, you're probably going to see gold lean towards the bottom end of its consolidation pattern.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we were talking about last week when we talked. We were saying how the bonds had a two-handle move going on with no news. There wasn't a Fed day. There was no news. There was no reason for that. Since then, the bonds have bounced back over the past couple sessions, and I think I know why. Because we have a Fed day today. Well, between last Friday and today, the Euro Bund has rallied quite extensively. I mean, it bounced in a very big way. So you remember how I mentioned how like right now we have the rollover. You got to be careful with the currencies because of the erratic moves you're going to get because of the spreads moving around.
Yes.
Well, now we have a spread play that's going on in metals, and we also have a spread play going on in interest rates. Now we're talking about intra-country spreads. You know, the Bund versus the bond, you know. So that's a big deal. So when interest rates are now in play like that, I think that the dollar, even though it's been under pressure, and you can see like today, the pound is rallying, the euro has been rallying for a while, and the euro, as of yesterday and today where it's at, it breached the downward sloping resistance from a trend line that's been going from February of 2018 into the high that we saw back in March in the euro. So, and the fact that we're hovering on that long-term trend, it's basically like, is there really that much strength against the dollar, or are we getting ready for the rotation for at least a short-term correction where we have dollar strength? And I think that's what you're going to see. And you're starting to see it. There was a buy signal in the peso and also in the Canada over the past couple days. And I think you're starting to see it in, just like the Turkish lira has been holding. The yen, remember the yen? Last week we had that buy signal. It was the first time where the yen had moved that much in like a month and a half because the volatility had been so tight.
Yes.
This week it reversed gears. And now we had a sell signal on Monday, but we already hit the target today, as of today. So if this little correction in the dollar yen is just a corrective move over the past few days, and we see dollar strength come back in the yen, followed by, if there's also in tandem with the Mexican peso and the Canada falling against the dollar, I think you're going to see the euro and the pound start to fall apart too. Another reason is, you know how I talk about don't just look at one currency versus the dollar.
Right.
The pound is weak versus the yen. It's weak versus multiple currencies. And here's the one that doesn't make any sense. How is the euro weak versus the yen? Okay, and then the yen is getting stronger versus the dollar, and then the under rotation on the threesome. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, you should have an equal. You know, the dollar should fall versus both if one is strong. If they're both strong versus the dollar. But how can the euro be stronger versus the dollar when the dollar is stronger than the yen? That doesn't make any sense.
Interesting.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I do. I do.
And I think that's where we're coming into, where the dollar index is under pressure now because all your major currencies and your lighter currencies have driven the index lower. But we have Fed data today. Do you really think that they're going to do anything? I don't. No. I think they're just going to keep doing what they're doing. So I'm not saying that I'm a dollar bull right now, but we're set over the next couple days where you're going to probably see a turn and probably see the dollar correct maybe into next week and get a nice little move to the upside and see the euro fall, the pound fall, the Swiss. The Swiss fell out of bed. The dollars fell out of bed versus the Swiss over the past few week, and definitely the past few sessions. And I think the brakes are going to hit hard on that one too. Just because, like I said, how can the euro be so strong when it's falling apart versus other currencies that the dollar is holding against? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's so intriguing because just like I'm looking at the franc right now, the Swiss franc, and it looks this looks just like the dollar chart.
Right, it looks like the dollar index chart.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. That's
right.
Pretty wild, man. Yeah.
So, and then what happens if the dollar Swiss all of a sudden starts to rally? I mean, not that that's going to make the index rally, but I think we're seeing this little precursor to a dollar correction coming on, back to the upside.
Yeah, no, I can see that because I'm looking at two different levels, the 94 and that 95 level there. I mean, if we break that, it's going to get intriguing because then 88 is open. So it's like, wow, man, okay.
Right.
We'll see where this goes. But what normally happens, folks, is that you'll come down to this, 94, 95, and then, that's 100% move. You get a bounce, and then we go from there. We see where this thing goes. But
sure,
it's
at least a corrective move, right? Like, yes. I'm not saying to become a dollar bull here. It's only for correction.
Exactly. Because we know that. I mean, unless you're like inside the NDX 100, you only go one way. I mean, that NDX 100 right now is like, oh my God, and currencies literally don't do that. There's so many moving parts, and I guess with the Fed, I mean, they're pouring money in hand over fist, but every major country in the world is actually doing the same thing to their currencies, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but I think we're starting to see a divergence too. I mean, if you think about it, I was listening to you guys earlier about how the NASDAQ run up, and it's always basically because of a few stocks.
Right.
But the broader market, actually, I think we're starting to see a disconnect, and not that the market's going to be weak, but I think that you're going to see where you can't gauge the overall market strength by the NASDAQ anymore. The NASDAQ could be a bull for the next 5 years and just go straight up, whereas the S&Ps and the Dow could be strong, but they're not necessarily going to be raging bulls.
Yeah, no doubt. And what you do get, this is something that you want to watch for, folks. What you do get, if we're at a major top right now, it's going to be a correction. Most times, the NASDAQ or the S&P top 2 or 3 months before the other. That's kind of how they work. Do you know what I mean? But that's a long period of time when things are trending, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Gotta love it, man.
And we got to watch the transportations too. Now that oil is upticking,
yeah, big time.
So especially if we're going to come out of this, in phases, whatever, nationally. I mean, these are expenses. So
no doubt, Teddy. It's always a pleasure. Great education, man. You have a great week, safe week, and we look forward to speaking to you next Wednesday.
Thanks, guys. You too.
Thank you. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. We have the Dow right now down 230. NASDAQ is up 46. S&Ps are off 13. We'll come right back.
Back in the day, I joined Hotel California in 2006, and like many of you, was drawn in by BAM! As well as
whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows.
You see, I believe that everything in life happens for us, not to us. And Tom ignited the fire within me to want to learn how to master the markets. So how did I go from knowing nothing about technical analysis to becoming the #1 market timer for the S&P 500 in 2018 and the #2 market timer in 2019? Simply put, I hired coaches with a proven track record, which led me to a whole new set of tools that I created to interpret the message of buyers and sellers. I would love the opportunity to teach you this award-winning set of tools and to help you improve your market timing. You can test drive my newsletter service, Mastering Probabilities, for the next 30 days with no risk to you. Plus, you'll gain access to archive workshops that'll take you step by step through my system. Sign up today by going to the homepage of TFNN.com and selecting Mastering Probability in the newsletter tab. Bam!
Gold market has taken off topside in a large way in 2020. If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my Gold Report. The Gold Report took profits in 4 of its equities in the gold portfolio in the first week of January for a combined profit of 99.2%, with 2 positions left in the portfolio that have a profit of 67.5% as of January 7th. The Gold Report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the Gold Report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, JDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the Gold Report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
With markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets, this is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, along with specific recommendations, including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's down 279, Nasdaq's up 31, S&Ps are off 19.5. We got a Tiger that wants to take a look at Nike, Tom. So Nike's coming out with their numbers. Let's see, with the 25th. Okay, so you're trading 102.74. I mean, it looks to me like it's going to go test the highs. If I take this and put this on a weekly or a monthly, what you're going to see here is that you have a high that out there at 105.62. You had 20 million shares at that high on a weekly, right? Well, last week, you're going up with 38 million, right into that high. That's always a good sign. We take this, and then I put this on a monthly, and you get the same type of setup. We had a high in a monthly of 122 million shares, and then you were pushing last month with 135. So most times, folks, when you're pushing swing points and you got an expansion of volume before you get to the swing point, it wants to hit the swing. So,
hey, can we take a look at the DAX for one of the commenters out there in the chat over at the YouTube stream? Encourage people to go there. Just search TFNN within YouTube, folks. They got a great chat going on over there. They're looking at the DAX or the DE30. A question over there. I mean, just V formations everywhere, man.
No, there's no doubt. And let me get this. And, inside the DAX...
it was just take a look at DAX analysis, please. DAX or DE30 is what Gem Shade, forgive me for getting it wrong on the name, but we appreciate you being in there, contributing, asking about what's going on in that German DAX as it rebounds.
It's laying out here at this 12,559. That's over the swings that were out there in March, so the bottom line is that you don't have a lot of sellers in the DAX just yet. There's no doubt.
There's no sellers anywhere in any index, man.
Yeah, well, it's getting interesting in this S&P. S&P's down 24.
3181, 3180. Watch out.
Yeah, totally. Stay right there, folks. We got Think of Some coming up next. I'm Mr. Basil Chapman, Steve Rhodes, Dave White. I'll be back this afternoon. Thanks, pal.
Thanks, man.
Go get them, folks.